As you get started building materials in your Schoology course, you'll use folders to keep everything organized and give structure to the materials you are presenting to the students. First, we'll talk about the basics of how to make folders. Then, we'll go deeper, discussing the benefits of different folder structures that you can choose from to meet you and your students' needs. To get started, click on Add Materials. Choose Add Folder from the Materials List dropdown. Give it a title, select a color, and add a brief description if you'd like. Click Create. Now, I'm going to create a second folder. I can do this by utilizing the Add Materials button again. However, I can also place my cursor above or below an existing item in my course and get this green dashed line to appear. This allows me to add materials exactly where I want them. Clicking on that dashed line, I see a menu open with all the same options to add materials. I'll select Add Folder, complete the details, and click Create to finish making my second folder. I'm going to use the green dashed line to create one more folder, calling it Lessons. Now let's talk about organizing these folders we've created. I want this Lessons folder to live inside the Unit 2 folder. All I need to do is click and hold the Lessons folder, then drag it up and inside my Unit 2 folder. Now, you see Lessons is inside Unit 2, demonstrating that dragging and dropping is a very simple way to organize your course. Click the caret next to the folder to show or hide the subfolders within. Also, take note that a small gear icon has appeared next to each of the folders. Click the gear icon to see a list of options for that folder. Select Edit. This lets me revisit the setup for this folder. When creating or editing folders, consider adding some text to the descriptions area. These descriptions will appear when the student navigates to the course page, so they can be helpful in guiding the students to the appropriate materials. To add visual interest or help guide students who may not be ready to read, use the Insert Content option in the toolbar to add images to the outside of the folders. Choose Image, choose Attach File. Select an image and choose Save Changes. You'll now notice that the image appears in the description area for the folder. Now that you've learned how to create folders within Schoology, it's time to start thinking about what folders you will create. How can your students get to the materials in the fewest clicks possible? Is your course completely online? Will it house materials that complement your brick-and-mortar classroom? Are your students young or at early stages of literacy? How do you currently organize your classroom time? These are the types of questions that will help you decide what structure you want to give your Schoology course and how to use folders to make your course intuitive and easy to use for your students. Within this module, we've provided two course examples with folder structures built out. One is for secondary courses and the other for primary courses. We've also included a Schoology ebook on 7 ways to set up your course. Another feature that allows you to structure and streamline what your students are seeing is to control when students can see certain folders. Since Unit 2 doesn't start until a certain date, I don't want my students to see its contents yet. Click the gear icon to the right of the folder and choose Unpublish. You'll now see that the folder has turned gray and is marked as unpublished. At any time, I can use that same gear icon to publish the folder and make it visible to the students once again. To recap, today we have looked at how to add folders, how to nest or move folders, how to add an image to a folder, and finally, how to publish and unpublish folders. Now, let's put those skills to the test. Head over to your workspace in Schoology and create a few folders. Move some folders around, and practice publishing and unpublishing folders using the gear icon. When you're done, come on back to learn more about adding other materials into your Schoology course.